This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Tim Gordon. Here's what we're working on this morning: saying goodbye to the indoor mask mandate, where some businesses stand on masks and where you'll still have to wear one indoors. Plus, a former Timbers player accused of domestic violence. The new recording suggesting his wife was pressured to not press charges. But before we get to all that, let's check in with Rod Hill this morning for a quick look at the forecast. Rod?
I thought it was Monday. It turns out to be Saturday. I'm here. So
Welcome aboard.
Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Starting off really nice. Sun coming up around 6:30 this morning. Partly cloudy conditions overhead. Generally, you see some nice blue sky there. 37, and we do have some freezing spots. So if you're going to be out the door early this morning, yeah, there's a bit of a chill. I want to show you a futurecast real quick. This is 2 o'clock this afternoon. Rain. Remember, we have a storm front coming in today. Storm front and rain at the coast, clouds building into the valley. And I still think 2 o'clock is the chance where we could start to see some rain in the valley. Certainly after 2, eventually that rain will be coming in. Here's your day planner. 53 at noon with the clouds, and then certainly raining later today at 5 p.m. and about 50. Tim, we also have a wind warning for the coast, advisories for the Cascades. We'll get into all of that coming up.
A lot to talk about. Thanks a lot, Rod. Well, indoor mask mandates have now vanished on both sides of the Columbia. The move marks a turning point in the pandemic, a new normal of sorts. And there's consensus among health experts. It is finally time to dial it back. You'll still be required to wear one in healthcare facilities and on buses, trains, airports, and planes. Some businesses we talked to say they're not going to rid of masks indoors just yet.
We will still require masks indoors, especially when interacting with guests and whatnot. So if you come up to the counter, we will require you to wear a mask. If you're seated, you can take it off.
Now, health leaders will continue to monitor the virus, especially new variants. People in higher risk groups and those still unvaccinated are urged to continue to wear a mask. For more, just check out our most read article right now on KGW.com. And starting today, mask and vaccine rules are going away at the Moda Center and Veterans Memorial Coliseum. This week, the Rose Quarter and Trailblazers announced the rules are going away starting today, coinciding with the end of Oregon's indoor mask mandate. Well, the Portland Timbers organization is facing some harsh criticism for their handling of an alleged domestic violence case involving a player. And now a newly released audio recording suggests the Timbers may have pressured the player's estranged wife to not press charges. It comes just a day after the organization denied accusations it interfered in any way. Here's Kyle Aboshi.
The estranged wife of former Portland Timber Andy Polo claims the organization offered to help support her in exchange for not pressing domestic violence charges against the midfielder. And a new audio recording capturing a Timbers executive and another unidentified woman appears to bolster that claim.
Yeah, we'll try our best to get Andy to get you whatever you need. But if the DA's office, the prosecutor's office, calls you, could you let me know?
The alleged victim's lawyer, Michael Fuller, released the full 54-minute audio recording to KGW.
We thought that this recording might help explain the truth of what happened.
According to police reports, Polo was issued a citation after an alleged domestic violence incident in May of 2021. Roughly 2 weeks later, Polo's estranged wife claims Timbers representatives came to her home. We don't know who made this recording, but in it, we hear from the Timbers head of security and an unidentified woman. It's not clear who she works for. The woman describes resources available to the alleged victim of domestic violence, including transportation, shelter, and food. She also explains through an interpreter the charges against Polo and how a criminal case could play out or be avoided.
That goes to the district attorney's office. And then that office may call you to see if you want to pursue those charges. And again, you can say, yes, I want to, or no, I do not. Of course, we're hoping you say, no, you do not.
The Timbers declined to comment on the recording until after a review by Major League Soccer. The accusations of domestic violence led to the termination of Polo's contract by the Timbers last month. Polo's estranged wife is suing him in federal court, and today her lawyer sent a letter to the Timbers suggesting other defendants may be named, including the team, executives, or lawyers involved.
Kyle Aboshi, KGW News.
Well, it took a decade, but several victims of sexual assault are finally getting a semblance of what they might consider justice. Frank Hall Jr. was sentenced to 18 years in prison for multiple rapes. Investigators finally caught him after going through previously untested sexual assault kits. Now, survivors of his attacks testified against him in court. Now, the kits had been sitting there untested until federal funds helped investigators catch up, part of a national project to seek justice and healing for sexual assault survivors. And now to the war in Ukraine and the staggering humanitarian impact with 2.5 million refugees and counting. And just as significant as the number, the scale of efforts around the world to help. Now a local brewer, originally from Poland, is using what he knows best to make an impact. Steve Redlin has his story.
It may seem like business as usual at Threshold Brewing in the Montevilla neighborhood.
Prepping a couple tanks.
But it's clearly not. The crisis in Ukraine has co-owner and brewmaker Yarek Shemaisky preparing barrels for a new batch of beer. It'll be served at a fundraiser to support refugees.
Right now, I think it's estimated that about 1 million Ukrainians already crossed to Poland.
Yarek was born and raised in Poland. His brother, mother, father, and grandmother are still there. He now wants to support Ukrainians searching for safety, many ending up in Poland. Next Wednesday, the Threshold Tap House will hold the Rise for Refugees.
The money that we'll raise here will benefit, refugees incoming from Ukrainian to the city of Suwałki in Poland.
A Polish band from Portland, Zabawa, will entertain, and along with traditional foods, there'll be beer with a taste of home.
It's 100% smoked wheat beer, because traditionally back in the days, using wood was the only way that you could do malt.
Yarek has been in Portland for 18 years. The one-time home brewer opened Threshold Brewing and Blending 3 years ago.
We actually use Polish hop called Lubelski in this beer.
Now with a glass of Grudziska, beer lovers can rise for refugees on March 16th. Money raised will go to the Union for Ukrainians, an organization working to help Ukrainian families escape the war.
There's an old saying in Poland and Ukraine that, we're like brothers and sisters. There's no borders, there's no division,
I'm Stephen Redlin, KGW News.
Every bit helps. Still ahead, a major event is putting Portland on the map right here in Oregon, where in the state you'll soon see the best of track and field competing this summer.